Howdy, Wisdom Soldiers. This is the first video that I'm filming on this new YouTube channel. My friend, the other day, asked me to record this. He was in need of a little piece, was sort of too much in his own head. So he asked me to sort of lead him through a imaginary exercise, a little meditation of sorts. And he really liked it. In fact, he liked it so much he asked me over and over to record it. So I felt that if it was that beneficial to my friend in real life, in body, then it would be a good thing for y'all as well. So thank you to C for requesting this. And you consider this the first commissioned video? It's not a commission, you didn't pay me. It's just a service. Welcome to Science, Spirit, Sophia. So this is a little imaginary exercise. You can call it a meditation. You can go into a little trance state if you want, but you definitely don't have to. So you can close your eyes, you can keep them open. The only necessary part, I would say, is that you relax and find rhythm in the breath. Did you know after about 2 years old, everyone breathes incorrectly? We're supposed to breathe in the belly. But then we see everyone around us as adults breathing the athletic chest breath, and we think that's how we're supposed to breathe, when in fact, newborn babies breathe better than adults. So if you're around an infant, watch them breathe into their belly and see if you can replicate that. But that's a conversation for another day. Let's find rhythm in the breath. Start noticing the thoughts that are arising. Choose to retract your reactions or responses to your thoughts, just for the moment. You can go back to waking sleep, walking trance, everyday state of mind after this. But if you're here, let's take a moment to go into the silence, to listen for the river on the other side of the mountain, to hear the voice in the silent sea of potentiality. And once you feel like you're there, I want you to imagine that we are in, I don't know, 1st century Judea, 1st century Palestine. You own a little hut, not very grand at all, but it's up on a hill, and it has a long path leading down the hill, leading the way all the way up to your porch. You can always see who's approaching from very, very far off, so you're not easily snuck up upon. Inside your little hut or clay house, you have a receiving room, a little welcome family area that you like to receive guests in and entertain, a little kitchen with a little table, maybe some stairs going up or down, a bedroom, a washroom, a storage room in either the basement or the attic to leave forgotten things or to leave things that just sort of have yet to be categorized, but boxed away. And the house, the hut, is a little dusty. In fact, maybe a little demon infested. That's okay. That's why we're here. All you need to do is pick up the one tool that you need, the lamp. Now the lamp is sitting in the welcoming room, but it has a lampshade on it. Sometimes the lampshade is necessary, but today it actually best serves us if we take it off. So you take the lampshade off the lamp. Make sure that there's enough oil in the lamp, and you light the lamp. And a small, humble, powerful light is lit within the hut. Now, this is a special kind of lamp with a special kind of light. All you need to do to clean away the dust and demons is to just shine the light. But here's the trick. You gotta shine it on every cubic inch of the entire house. Every square inch of every floor, every wall, underneath every rug, behind every couch, underneath every bed, and behind every jacket in the closet, in every drawer, in every box, every inch of the ceiling, every corner of the house. All you need to do is simply shine the light. And when the light hits the surface or touches the air, then all the dust and unclean, unwanted, unhelpful spirits just go away. Effortlessly. In a state of perfect peace. With love. You can start on the porch or in the front room where you receive guests. And just gently, peacefully, steadily, with a feeling of ease, walk through the kitchen, walk through the washroom, through the bedroom, checking underneath every crack and crevice, letting the dust fall away, disappear. Every demon shuffle out, inviting a feeling of freshness, a sensation of newness, a reality of being a new creation, which it is every day, but we usually don't notice. Take all the time you need to take the light from this lamp and walk all through the house, your little hut. The same hut that your ancestors lived in. Back generations and generations and generations that you inherited. And as an act of honor for both the past and the future, we ought to clean the house. Even if we don't want to go into that feeling of ought to, or should, or need, it is best. And in love, we want what's best for ourselves and best for those around us. In our families, in our communities, in our nation, and our world. We were able to clean the whole house by simply walking with the light, having already taken off the lampshade. Now that the house has been rid of dust and demons, you can rest in that peace with the lamp light on. However, as we sometimes know, demons don't like being kicked out of their real estate. So it's going to go and get some friends and come back and see if they can shimmy their way, slither their way back into your home when you're not looking. Peace and vigilance are not mutually exclusive. In fact, we can really only keep the peace if we remain vigilant. And you can always see when they're approaching because the path is so long leading up to your door. And here's the secret. the light of that lamp. The light that is not you, but the light that you come from. The one drop of etherized blood from love in your heart can just as easily cast away one demon, or 7 demons, or 1,000 legions with the same sense of effortlessness. Light doesn't have to force shining, but by its very nature of being light, it pushes away the darkness. You don't have to do anything other than taking the lampshade off, bearing the light, and walking around. And this very act of walking around wipes away all the dust and takes away all the things that you don't need anymore. Maybe you needed those patterns to survive. One day, a previous version of you faced a situation that it couldn't handle. And that's fine, because you're here. You survived. But you may not need that pattern anymore. So, you can invite it to the table. Offer it some tea. And just say, I don't have a lot of time, but I understand that you have something to share with me. That this part of me, this part that was atrophied, disowned, suppressed, has something to share with the whole me. And you let it have its say, and you listen. You really listen. Not just make it feel like it's being listened, but to actually listen. And then to accept it, go, thank you. Thank you for teaching me this. I know that a previous version of me needed you to survive, but I no longer need you. Thank you for your service. I forgive you. I love you. Thank you. You can do this with anything. You can do this with the demons that show up on your door. You can receive them on the porch and not let them into the hut. Or, if they have something kind of important to say, sure, invite them in. Be under no delusion that it doesn't want to hurt you. But even evil has wisdom. In fact, wisdom is one of its favorite temptations to offer. So hear it out. Give it some tea. But don't lead it through the house. And when it's done, thank it for its time and show them the door and lock the door behind them. You can do this with parts of yourself. And maybe those are the same things, but we'll get to that. Maybe. You can do this with nature. You can do this with the angels. You can do this with the divine. In my opinion, well, actually, it is my conviction that one of the main reasons that God chose Abraham was because Abraham exhibited hospitality. So be hospitable for all of creation. Know what you're dealing with. You can be loving and wise. But wisdom without love is evil. And once you've learned the lessons of love and wisdom, the challenge is to balance them. But it's much easier to do that with a clean home. And remember, you don't need a rag. Just the light from the lamp. And to take the lampshade off. Don't keep your light under a bowl forever. If you have your eyes closed, you can open them. Notice your breath again. And I certainly hope you feel more connected to peace. Because it's never outside your reach. I promise. Thank you for sharing your present moment with my present moment, which is really just the same. You can check down in the description if I have anything going on or offering anything specific. I have lots of plans for videos, but if you have anything specific you want to ask, any comments, questions, concerns, queries, conundrums, anything you want to share, leave it down there. I'd love to read your thoughts. Thank you.